I didn't warn my sister that her secret was already out. My sister Lindsay had been lying to our entire family for 3 years. She told everyone she was a successful marketing executive at a Fortune 500 company, designer clothes, expensive vacations, a downtown apartment that cost more than our parents' mortgage. The truth was much uglier. I found out by accident 2 months ago. I was grabbing coffee near the financial district when I saw her walking out of a massage parlor. Not the legit kind. The kind with blacked out windows and a neon sign that said 24 hours. She was counting cash. I didn't confront her. I just watched her stuff the money into her purse and walk to her car like it was nothing. My hands were shaking so bad I spilled my latte all over myself. For weeks I debated what to do. Tell our parents? Confront her directly? I kept my mouth shut because I wanted to believe there was an explanation. Maybe she was doing administrative work there. Maybe I misunderstood. Then last Sunday happened. Our family was having dinner at my parents' house. Mom made her famous lasagna. Dad was telling his usual corny jokes. Everything felt normal until Lindsay announced she was engaged. His name was Caleb. Wealthy family, old money. She'd been dating him for 8 months and never told any of us. Mom started crying, happy tears. Dad shook Caleb's hand so hard I thought he'd break it. Everyone was congratulating her while I sat there frozen because I recognized Caleb, not from meeting him before, from the news. His family owned half the commercial real estate in our city. His father was running for state senate. They were the kind of family that valued reputation above everything else. Lindsay kept looking at me during dinner, this nervous glance every few minutes, like she was waiting for me to say something. I didn't. 2 days later, Caleb's mother called our house. I happened to be visiting when Dad answered. His face went from confused to pale to something I'd never seen before. He hung up and just stood there for a minute. Then he called Mom into the living room. They know, he said quietly. They know everything about Lindsay. My stomach dropped. How? Caleb's family hired a private investigator before approving the engagement. Standard procedure for families like theirs, apparently. The investigator found everything. The massage parlor, the cash payments, client lists that got leaked online 2 years ago with her working name on them. Mom collapsed onto the couch. Dad couldn't even look at her. That's when Lindsay walked through the front door. She was holding wedding magazines and smiling until she saw our faces. What's wrong? Dad's voice was barely a whisper. Caleb's family called. They found out about your job, your real job. Lindsay's magazines hit the floor. She looked at me immediately. You told them. I didn't tell anyone. You're the only one who knew! She was screaming now. You saw me that day downtown. I saw your car parked across the street. You ruined everything. Mom looked between us. You knew? You knew about this? I found out 2 months ago. And you didn't say anything? Lindsay's voice cracked. You didn't warn me they were investigating? I stared at her. Warn you? So you could what? Lie better? Trap some rich guy into marrying you before he found out the truth? She slapped me, hard enough to leave a mark. Dad grabbed her arm. That's enough. Lindsay was crying now. Mascara everywhere. You don't understand. I was going to stop. Once we got married, I was going to stop. Caleb's money would have fixed everything. I have debts. Bad ones. People I owe money to who don't take no for an answer. Mom's voice was hollow. How much do you owe? Lindsay went quiet. How much? $80,000. The room felt like all the oxygen got sucked out. Dad sat down slowly. Mom just stared at Lindsay like she was looking at a stranger. Caleb called that night to officially end things. His family was threatening to cut him off entirely if he stayed with her. The engagement lasted exactly 72 hours. Lindsay moved back home last week. She blames me for everything. Says I should have warned her that his family was digging into her past, that a real sister would have protected her. But I keep thinking about Caleb, about how he deserved to know who he was actually marrying, about how my silence wasn't betrayal. It was the only honest thing anyone did.